Hello everybody, this is Fronito Bobbin here, joined by Russell for today's race broadcast, and welcome back to the 2018 NASCAR Siemens National Series season. This is the Via Real 100 at Motorsports for the 8th NASCAR Siemens National Series race of the season. I kind of messed the intro up a bit because it's been an entire month since I last recorded one of these races. I was hoping to record these races sooner, but unfortunately, things happened. But we are back now, and today we are at Motorsport, aka Canadian Tire Sausage Park, aka Who Really Cares. So without further ado, let's get into the starting grid for the race. So, starting on the pole for this race is Bob Collin Films. Alongside him in second is Christopher Bell. Third is Tyler Reddick. Fourth is Dom Wazowski, fifth is Henne, sixth is Edward, seventh is John Hunter Nemechek, eighth is Russell David, ninth is Ty Majeski, 10th is Austin Cindric, 11th is Chase Briscoe, 12th is Murder, 13th is Brandon Jones, 14th is Michael Annette, 15th is Elliott Sadler, 16th is Matt Tift, 17th is Noah Gregson, 18th is Justin Allgaier, 19th is Ty Dillon, 20th is Ryan Reed, 21st is Mick Bronson, 22nd is Cole Custer, 23rd is Jimmy Clements, 24th is Ross Chastain, 25th is Ernie Irvin, 26th is Aaron DeMonte, 27th is Garrett Smithley, 28th is Shane Lamb, 29th is Ryan Sieg, 30th is Wes Rimmer, 31st is Vinnie Miller, 32nd and dead last is Bob Hunter. So a very interesting field for this race. This one has the least amount of leaks in the race. I've just decided because, well, of course there was the Road Atlanta race, but that race was filled to the brim with some sausages. But this is the race in Canada. It's the race at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. Last year had a crazy sausage truck race here at the Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, and this year the NASCAR Siemens National Series is taking to this treacherous racetrack for the first time ever in the form of the Via Rail 100. That's right, a Canadian sponsor is sponsoring this race, as it is in the country of Canada.
I hate Via Rail.
As you hear, Russell, however, is not too pleased about the fact that Via Rail is the title sponsor for the race, but such is life, I suppose. So anyway, this race is an interesting one because Bob Collin Films is going to make his first proper start. As we know, Bob Collin Films did do the race in Richmond, but crashed out on lap number 1, and that took him out for the rest of the entire race. Meanwhile, what also happened in the race is that Christopher Bell made a fatal mistake, which put him quite a bit back in the points. But, worst of all, Russell David flipped in the lap 1 crash that happened at the race in Richmond.
I'm going to murder you.
So therefore, we have a few drivers attempting to make a bit of a comeback in the race. We also have Dom Wazowski continuing to try to extend his points lead over, I think it was Henne, second place in the point standings. So overall, we're in for a good show of a race. And we also have Murder making his, I think, his first ever NASCAR Siemens National Series start of the season. As you can tell, Russell here isn't too pleased about that, but that's okay. Also, apologies if he blows on the microphone a few times. I'll make sure to mute that, or at least lower that in Sony Vegas when I get around to editing this race.
You better not.
Alright, so we got Bob Collin Films on the pole with Christopher Bell in second. Many comebacks are to be had in this race. Which one will be successful? We'll find out in 16 laps when the race comes to the checkered flag. Alright, so the field interestingly continues to drive around the racetrack, so we're just gonna just fast forward this for no reason. I know it's a bit majestic to watch the guy driving around the track on the formation lap, but it's a bit after a while, but well, that's okay. Okay, so here we are, coming to the front straightaway. And here we are. Bob Collin Films and Christopher Bell will lead the flag, or lead the field. Green flag is underway at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. Bob Collin Films is going to take the lead off of turn number 1 with Christopher Bell and Dom Wazowski fighting behind him. Also, you have Tyler Reddick in there. Oh, and it looks like there's been a bit of a crash in turn number 1. Let's see exactly what happened back there.
Get away from me, murderer.
Let's see. Okay, it looks like the field's being massively held up. We're gonna try to ignore that for now. Anyways, over to the lead. So it looks like we're being set the tone of the race as Bob Collins Phillips pulls out in the lead. It looks like Russell David, however, is having a side-by-side battle with John R. Nemechek. We're gonna go back here and take a look at this battle. John R. Nemechek trying to give the rookie Russell David a run for his money, but Nemechek here trying to do some stuff as the Essex Chancery NASCAR Siemens Next Series, of course. But all the drivers are doing crazy lines. So far, the starting gears remain unchanged. Bob Collins Phillips pulls away as your leader, with Christopher Bell currently running second and Dom Jawazowski pulling up third. Tyler Reddick fourth. And now John Nemechek has already made around 2 guys, and John Nemechek progressing his way past Edward. And it looks like that John Nemechek will be able to successfully complete the pass. Meanwhile, some drivers will run single file through this corner here. Russell David now giving Tom Majeski a run for his money as Tom Majeski almost overruns the corner. But the two are still side by side with each other as Russell David will beat Tom Majeski to the sausage. Meanwhile, Murder, however, is right behind there, only in his first start, but yet already making haste. It looks like Russell David's gonna tuck. It looks like Russell David's gonna tuck in behind Tom Majeski. That's gonna set the tone for that bout. So far, the field is mostly single file. Not a single pass for the lead as of yet. Bob Collins Phillips still retains the lead with Christopher Bell and Dom Jawazowski doing things behind him. So the top 3 has remained unchanged since the start of the race. So far, no caution. Fun fact, I'm actually having to redo this broadcast because the first one was rubbish and it had a few sauces here and there. So I've decided to just scrap that broadcast and re-record this broadcast entirely. And so far, no caution. Meanwhile, we do have a bit of battle for third place between Tyler Reddick and Dom Jawazowski. Tyler Reddick is going to try to make his way past Dom Jawazowski going into this corner here. It looks like he's not going to do it so well, however, as Tyler Reddick for now is just going to tuck in behind Dom Jawazowski as the two continue to battle. Tyler Reddick's going to try to put the bumper on Dom Jawazowski. Just a reminder, these two are rookies in their first ever NASCAR Siemens National Series season. The future is kind of uncertain for Tyler Reddick, but Dom Jawazowski and Russell's blowing on the microphone for no reason. I told Russell to not do this during the race broadcast, and here's Russell already being a bit sausagey about it. No, you can't. This is a race, and there are rules. As you see, there's a bit more of a battle. So far, this is the most exciting battle on the racetrack, unfortunately. If we take a look back here, it looks like for the most part, the field is single file. No, you can't, because you are rubbish at broadcasting. I'm already starting to regret doing this. Oh, it looks like Brandon Jones lost a lot of positions. I'm not sure what happened to Brandon Jones. We'll have to find out later in this race if I can remember. I probably won't remember, but that might be the mystery of how Brandon Jones finished last in the Villarreal 100 at Canadian Tire. Anyway, here is Bob Collins Phillips continuing to lead with Christopher Bell trying to keep up with him, but so far, Bob Collins Phillips, this year a Toban Motorsports driver, is still prevailing as later in the race. Bob Collins Phillips was really excited about making his first start at Richmond, but was deflated after a lap 1 crash, which sent him straight into the wall and out of the race. Although he didn't get the worst of it, Russell did wind up getting the worst of that crash. I mean, if you watched that race, and if you didn't, then everything in this race might seem completely out of context and make no sense, but oh, that's your fault for not watching the previous race. Anyway, so far, lead is unchanged, and the field as a whole is unchanged since the restart, or since our race. It looks like Russell David, however, lost the position to Murder, so I'm not entirely sure what Russell David is up to. He might be trying to pull a late race dash or something. I can't really tell. Most of the strategies of these guys is pretty much kept secret. And for the most part, the field is single file. Meanwhile, Brandon Jones, I don't know what Brandon Jones is up to, but he is trying to do something. I can't really tell. Oh, looks like we have a bit of a battle for second place. Sorry, apologies if I'm watching this, but here is Dom Jawazowski side by side with Christopher Bell, and Dom Jawazowski will overtake Bell for the lead, but Bell is still trying to keep behind him. Yeah, so let's just go back in time and see how exactly this battle started up. I believe it had to do with this turn here. Yeah, because this turn here can kind of plague drivers here. It showed in the previous thing. So Christopher Bell, he ran the turn wide, and Dom Wazowski exited the turn quite nicely. And now Dom Wazowski is able to get behind him. And Dom Wazowski now able to get side by side with Christopher Bell. This is now a battle for second place. Of course, as you already saw, Dom Wazowski pretty much basically passed Christopher Bell for the position. So we're just going to fast forward all the way up to the start-finish line. But it looks like that Dom Wazowski has now successfully been able to make his way past Christopher Bell. And Dom Wazowski now taking away first place for the regulars, I suppose. He's second place in the race overall. But Dom Wazowski currently leading in the point standings. But he will extend his lead as a result of coming second place. But I think Dom Wazowski would like to up that up by 1 and maybe get his first career win in Canada. He could do that if he catches up to Bob Collins Films, and Bob Collins Films is pretty much pulling away. So, if Bob Collins Films can keep his car together, he could win the race, but you never know. Bob Collins Films could also make a mistake, and that could give Dom Wazowski the win. Christopher Bell, however, is going to run wide again. That's going to allow Tyler Reddick to get on his rear bumper. Here is Tyler Reddick now just trying to get away or get past Christopher Bell for third place. It seems that Tyler Reddick is able to really put his bumper on Bell. Let's see if Tyler Reddick is able to take advantage of that going to this corner here. No, he will not. Tyler Reddick, whoa, Tyler Reddick, he's still there. He could do something with Bell here. Well, he's in his third. Reddick, he is right there on Bell's rear bumper. This is spelling disaster. But this is still a close battle, however. There goes Reddick to the inside. Going into turn number 1. Tyler Reddick will execute the pass on Christopher Bell, and Reddick will take third place in the race. Tyler Reddick, he's making haste now. Fun fact, in the original broadcast of this race, the first one did, Tyler Reddick won here at Canadian Tire. Let's see if history can remain the same in the form of only 16 laps now, as the previous race did had 21 laps, and Reddick can maybe win again? I don't really know. It's a bit of a mystery, but we'll find out in some laps. Meanwhile, however, Dom Wazowski is up here in second, and he is trying to catch up to Bob Collins Films, your leader in the race. He could somehow manage to do it, and Dom Wazowski could get his first career win. Although Freud to Bob had figured that this was Russell David and Dom Wazowski's best chance of getting their first career wins. Russell David might not be able to get it today, but Dom Wazowski now in contention of doing so. Dom Wazowski currently driving his Apple-sponsored car, which isn't the best-looking car that we've seen come out of Tobabon Motorsports. But Freud Tobabon might reconsider improving that paint scheme for next season. I'm not really sure. But either way, this paint scheme will, however, remain the same until season's end in 2018. Either way, Dom Wazowski trying to put the power down to catch up to Bob Collins Films, his teammate. One fact you should know is that Bob Collins Films and Dom Wazowski are teammates for the race. Both of them drive for the boss man named Freud Tobabon, one and only in the existence of his entire world. And Bob Collins Films, after deciding to only run a part-time schedule for the NASCAR Siemens National Series season this season, after deciding not to run full-time in the NASCAR Skittles Cup Series season, Freud Tobabon has allowed Bob Collins Films to run on this part-time schedule. Bob Collins Films was excited in running his first. Well, I've said it all over and over again. Excited until the crash, but here is Dom Wazowski. Well, Dom Wazowski trying to catch it, but here is Bob Collins Films now leading in just his second ever NASCAR Siemens National Series race. Even says Bob Collins Films on his rear end, YouTube pooper since 2011. Yet Bob Collins Films has been in this racing stuff since 2011. For this year, he decided to take a break, of course. But here's Bob Collins Films, still wanting to be successful, somewhat. Although I figured that we would see pit strategy coming by now in this race, but I guess tires might go on for a bit longer. We might see someone play a tire strategy eventually, but that's a question of when that will happen. Anyways, you still alive, Russell? I'll take that as a no. So, with that being said, Bob Collins Films currently your leader in Canada, with Dom Wazowski second and Tyler Reddick now into third. Tyler Reddick making haste on Dom Wazowski, though. It seems that with this turn here, drivers are able to make up quite a bit of ground. As you saw, Christopher Bell got overtaken twice through that corner. First time it was by Dom Chuzowski, second time by Tyler Reddick, and now Christopher Bell currently stuck in the 4th position. You know, many figured that Bell would be a title favorite this year after winning the Truck Series Championship last year. Bell, he did lead the point standings at one point. Oh, here we go. Bit strategy coming in mid-race. Bob Collin Films and Dom Chuzowski have come on to pit road. And same can be said about a lot of these guys. Pretty much everyone's coming on to pit road at this point. I'm not sure who's actually going to stay out or not going to pit road, but we will at least keep an eye on who might decide to not pit this time by. Anyway, so we have Bob Collin Films, currently a leader, and the other guys now just about to make the pit stop. So this is pit stops. This could change the entire tone of the race, as we saw at Atlanta in the Google 500. We saw that Florida Bob had a slightly slower pit stop than the real Xbox Nerd, which caused the real Xbox Nerd to win that race. But no exchange positions this time. Everyone will come out of pit road in the same spots, with Bob Collin Films your leader and Dom Chuzowski taking up seconds. I presume that now that we're halfway in the race, drivers have decided to come on to pit road, so this way they can make sure that they have enough tires and fuel to last them the entire rest of the race. With that being said, however, interestingly enough, Dom Chuzowski's actually set the fastest lap time in this race compared to Bob Collin Films. But is Dom Chuzowski truly faster than Bob Collin Films? I guess we'll have to find out, of course, going through the rest of the race. Either way, both of them will execute this corner correctly, or pretty well. So Bob Collin Films serial lead with Dom Chuzowski in second. Meanwhile, the guys all the way back in third. Oh, looks like we've had a few change positions here. Looks like Edward has now been able to take away third, with Tyler Reddick in fourth. Brandon Jones, I think he's a lap down, so he's in the count. And Johnny Nemechek, Christopher Bell losing even more positions, along with all his other guys, Cindric. Well, even though Cindric is running on a part-time schedule, thanks to murder. But also David, however, he lost a lot of positions as well, although he might still the same, well, basically the same, you know, place where he finished. There goes Brandon Jones on the pit road, so he will eventually get back to where he was at the, or after the, whatever happened on the first corner. Anyway, so now Edwards now moves to third, with Tyler Reddick now dropped down back down to fourth. John Nemechek now up to fifth, with Chris Bell sixth, Hennis seventh, Cindric eighth, Murder ninth, and Russell David now in 10th. Although Russell David, however, he hasn't lost too many positions since the start of the race. This is basically where Russell David was at the start of the race. So I guess unless something crazy happens, this might just be the place where Russell David finishes the race. Anyways, now we have a bit of battle for the lead here. It looks like that Dom Chuzowski is progressively catching up to Bob Collin Films. It's taking Wazowski a bit of a while to do it though, so it's a bit of a mystery of how long it will be until Dom Chuzowski either passes Bob Collin Films or Bob Collin Films leads the remainder of the race and goes on to win the race. So that said, Bob Collin Films still your leader with 5 to go this time by. I think 5 to go or 6 to go. Something. I'm not entirely sure, but that's all right. Although so far we haven't seen any passes for the lead on track. In fact, we haven't seen any passes for the lead in general. And we have seen passes through the field, but none for first. So we're not sure if this track will return for the 2019 season, but only time will tell. It looks like that Dom Chuzowski is slowly but surely catching up to Bob Collin Films. Although if Dom Chuzowski is going to pass Bob Collin Films to win the race, he's really going to have to get up there. But Dom Chuzowski, he seems to be getting closer and closer to Bob Collin Films every time we come to this turn here. Or at least it seems like that from the naked eye. I'm not sure if that's the same case for actual timings. Unfortunately, we can't entirely tell. But Bob Collin Films' last lap was a 1 minute 15.9, whereas Dom Chuzowski was a 1 minute 15.7. So if Dom Chuzowski continues to set faster lap times than Bob Collin Films, Dom Chuzowski will eventually be able to pull off the overtake. All this could be a race until the checkered flag. Who knows? Maybe it won't be until the checkered flag that we'll actually see the crazy battle that everyone's on their feet for. At last time, however, So Balkan Films lap time 1:15.5, whereas Dom just said 1 minute 15.7. Okay, so Dom Strzelski lost a little bit of ground on Balkan Films that last lap. So I can't really tell what's gonna happen with it. Well, I mean, like, unless, like, if Balkan Films and Dom Strzelski hold up positions and don't make any mistakes for the rest of the race, then that's basically your top two, Balkan Films and Dom Strzelski. So that'll be Tobal Motorsports 1-2 in this race, which would satisfy the boss man himself. Meanwhile, the positions have remained unchanged through here. Looks like Murder was able to get his way around Austin Cindric. Oh, looks like Majeski still running 10th, and where's Russell David? I just realized. Did I turn on cautions this race? Nope, he's just on pit road for some reason. Okay, I must have. If I forgot to turn off cautions in the race, then I'll put an editor's note at some point. Don't know what happened to Russell David. Let's just see what happened. Or did he just come on the pit road for no reason? Yeah, okay, so Russell David came on the pit road for some reason. No blowing. I'll make sure to. Well, I'll probably forget to edit that out, so. Okay, so. Dear oh dear. So with that said, I'm gonna have to check after this race if I turned on cautions or not. Because if I didn't, then I'm gonna look like a massive fool. But I'm gonna upload this. But I'm gonna upload this race anyway, just because of the results that happened, because reasons. So I guess we just, I don't know. If I did turn on cautions, however, then, well, okay then. If I didn't, however, then I'm gonna look like a massive pleb.
If you are one.
Anyway, I guess we'll at least just embrace the battle for. Well, I say battle. It's not really a battle for the most part. It's just Balkan Films just leading it over Dom Strzelski. To the point where it's not even a close battle anymore. As you can tell, Russell here doesn't even care anymore. And yeah, so Russell David, I guess he had a car. Oh. Yeah, I can't tell what's going on with Russell David. Oh well. Anyway, I guess it's just the battle now for the race. Oh well. Russell? So, Russell, what would you like to say about the race? As you tell, Russell has got nothing to say. Russell? Anyway, so yeah, this is a race. This is rubbish. So this race might not return next season. I mean, yeah, there were battles here and there for. Oh yeah, Russell up to 21st now. So we're gonna have to check. So we're gonna have to check to see if there were causes in the race or not. Because if there weren't, then oh dear. Because I don't have to record. I don't want to record this race a third time over. Because man, it's if I do, well, actually no, I can't. So I guess we'll just say that this was a caution-free race, and NASCAR decided not to throw the caution for any wrecks that might have happened. But I will check after the race if I turned on the cautions, and if I did, then, or if I did or didn't, then I'll put an editor's note. Maybe. As you tell, Russell's all furious about this. Alright, so this point, so I know I've made a bit of hype earlier about how Dom Strzelski will be able to catch up to Balkan Films. Yeah, it's not even a balance. Oh dear, now Russell's apparently fallen down back on 31st somehow. This race though is not going well for Russell David, I just realized. Oh dear. So Russell David gonna lose even more spots on the thingamajiggies. No, break your toys. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to check. Did I turn on cautions or not? I don't know. I think we just skip this lap. Anyway, white flag, one lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank. This has been a Yeah, this race has been boring, so if you're still here, then I congratulate you. Because, oh dear. So, Bob Films is effortlessly cruise his way around the track, and Bob Films is going to go on to be the third driver in this year to win in the over 9,000 car. First one was Bank Coaches, second was Floyd to Bobbin, and third is going to be Bob Films. Yeah, saying that, Bank Coaches won the over 9,000 car twice season. First time at Homestead and second time at Bristol. And that would be Bank Coaches' final NASCAR Siemens next year start of the season. And Floyd Bobbin basically won effortlessly at Watkins Glen in that race. As for Balkan Films, in a similar style to Floyd Bobbin did, Balkan Films will effortlessly take the lead and just lead the entire race, and will go on to win his first ever NASCAR Siemens National Series race in the least climatic way possible. So we do apologize for the boring race, and most importantly, I guess we do apologize if I didn't turn on the cautions, and if I did, then, or if I didn't turn off cautions, that's going to become a complete farce. But Balkan Films will win the Via Real 100 at the Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, aka Mosport. As you tell here, Russell is breaking his toys, but oh well. Accidents happen. So I say it's an accident. It's more so just me having no idea what I'm doing. So we should just actually, you know what? I think now we'll just go over the finishing standing. So without further ado, let's go over the finishing standing for the race. I think it was. So Balkan Films will win the race. First race win for him this season in the most effortless way possible, with Dom Jazowski coming up second, Edward third, Tyler Reddick fourth, Johnny Nemechek fifth, Christopher Bell sixth, Hennes seventh, Murder eighth, Austin Siri ninth, Tommy Jeske 10th, Michael Annette 11th, Chase Briscoe 12th, Noah Gregson 13th, Justin Allgaier 14th, Ryan Reed 15th, Matt Tiff 16th, Elliott Sadler 17th, Ty Dillon 18th, Cole Custom 19th, Mitch Bronson 20th, Ross Chastain 21st, Ernie Irvin 22nd, Jeremy Clemens 23rd, Shane Lamb 24th, Danny Moore 25th, Winston River 26th, Vinny Miller 27th, Garrett Smithley 28th, Bob Barton 29th, Ryan Sieg 30th, Russell David 31st, and Brandon Jones 32nd. So there you go. Let's just check what happened to Brandon Jones though, because at the very start of the race, Brandon Jones decided to have a lap 1 accident. So let's actually go back to lap number 1 in the race and see exactly what happened to. Okay, I guess the race is. Alright, I guess NASCAR isn't gonna let me, so therefore, let's just see what happened, just for the heck of it. Oh no, nope, he just had a car problem. Okay, so it wasn't a spin out, it was a car problem for Brandon Jones, which caused him to lose so many laps. And as for Russell David, let's just check out so we know for sure. So it was after the, I wish this, okay, this game is being silly. Alright, so it was after this caution. So Russell Davis had to go on the pit road again on lap number 11. And that basically cost him a good spot. So I guess Russell Davis, he went on the pit road, had a rubbish pit stop, and he couldn't rebound from that. So a bad day for Russell David, and that's only going to damage his points even more. Dear oh dear, Russell Davis really going to have a comeback in the last so many races of the season. Thankfully, it's only race number 8 of the season, and I guess we have to see what happens as the season continues. So that is it, however, from the Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, and I shall put a edit right here, right now, if I turned on cautions or not. Either way, it wouldn't have mattered because there were no wrecks in the race anyway, at least not to my knowledge. So that is going to do it for this race. Hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And this is Russell here to say,
I hate the rail.
haha.